All right, so let's take a quick look at some of these best brands to buy. I think this is just a basic list of some of the top brands in terms of the margins and the ability to resell. Again, a great deal is a great deal, so it's not just limited to these brands, but these are some of the brands that I core focus on, meaning these are the brands that I look for every day on some of these platforms. And as a result of that, pretty much determine certain models too, which we're going to kind of look at. But these are the brands that I focus on in terms of what I'm looking for on a daily basis to see if there's any updates on the market. So Audemars Piguet's, I'm looking for some of the AP offshores primarily because they're all over the place in terms of different models, different years, and they're very good value. The Hublot Big Bangs, also very, very good value, very popular in the resale. The Panerais, the classic pieces that are like the 90, the 88, etc. Those are the ones I look for on a daily basis, the 312s. The Ulysse Nardin, the Maximarine's one of the best resale watches because they're so cheap and they lose so much value. The IWC, the Aqua Timers, the Pilots, the Portuguese as well, and the Rolex. I'm looking at Daytonas, Gold Daytonas, Yachtmaster 2s, and Submariners. And then Omega, I'm looking primarily for Planet Ocean, James Bond editions, and so on and so forth. So this is just, some of the brands that I kind of focus on a day-to-day basis that I wanted you to see. And here's some of the brands that I tend not to look at, meaning I try not to actually buy. And it's funny because there's a picture of a Panerai that is a Ferrari edition. And specifically, that Panerai is one that I don't buy, even though on my previous list there was a Panerai, so I don't want to confuse anyone. The worst brands to buy, what I'm trying to say here is, again, a great deal is a great deal. I am not questioning that if you can get a deal well below market value on something because people can't move it, there's always an opportunity. But these are the brands that you're going to sit on a little bit longer, meaning there isn't a huge amount of immediate need for these brands like BRM, Montblanc, Corum, Chopard. I think there's still tremendous value in some of these and tremendous opportunity for profit. But these are just some of the brands that are going to sit a little bit longer, partly because they don't have a constant following. Some of these other brands that I mentioned, you could literally post it on your Facebook, and if you had friends with actual money, they would want to buy those watches if the prices were right. These watches, you would have to find someone specific and know how to market them to actually get them out there. But I just wanted you to kind of see that and understand. Then I want to show you kind of the evolution of the models in terms of what are some of the best-selling models from like before versus from today. So I want to look at kind of some of the models from when we originally launched this course. I do this because some of you have kind of watched this course or participated in my previous version of this course. And so I wanted you to kind of see the same thing so that I can go back and now show you some of the more popular models sold in today's environment. So here we have, these are, again, I was saying earlier, some of the Audemars Piguet's, the rubber clad back in 2010, 2012 was very popular because it was cheap, offshore kind of money. The PAM 104, 000, 05, 90, 88, these are the more popular, cheaper Panerais again back then. Again, these were very popular in terms of resale. You're going to see kind of the difference between today. The Rolex Submariner, the blue, green, and black. The Rolex Datejust, the Omega Planet Ocean, the Breitling Avenger, and Navitimers were some of the most sold models that have been able to kind of move the most out of all the inventory we've ever had in 2010, 2012. Now, I'm going to go into the next wave, which is 2015, 2016. I want you to see how these models have kind of changed, but I still wanted you to kind of really understand and see the evolution, because as times evolved, some of these models got cheaper, and some of the newer models have actually taken the place of these in terms of popularity. So as I was saying, now in 2015, 2016, the model line has changed. These are now the units I'm moving the most, meaning the types of units that are most in desired, and therefore people end up sending me their request for. We're talking about the Audemars Piguet Navy Demon Diver, the PAM 89, 90, 88, 269, 312, 25, the Rolex Submariner blue two-tone with gold only, the Rolex Yachtmaster 2, mainly in stainless steel, some yellow gold, the Omega Planet Ocean only in orange, and the Hublot Big Bang stainless steel and rose gold. So I just wanted to kind of point this out to you so that you understand that a lot of this ultimately is the changing, shifting model. The reason it shifts is because some of these models at the time were very new. Now these models are now used and they've dropped and therefore have become more popular as a result of. So this is just something good to know. Again, every deal still has an opportunity. It's not just about these deals, but it's just good to kind of know or have a baseline to kind of know and see the pattern in consumer behavior. So in conclusion, of how to look at the most popular model, we kind of talked about boutique watches and really looking at timepieces versus watches, etc. I like how I like to compare stocks to really how watches work. And what I mean is I think of like the different industries in stocks as like brands. I look at boutique watches as tech stocks. I look at exclusive high-end boutique watches as pharma stocks, and then retail brands as bank stocks. And the reason I said that is the volatility is the same. And it's not as bad, but what I mean is like if you compare how much tech stocks move compared to pharma stocks moving compared to bank stocks, that tells you a little bit about kind of the opportunity and margins of play. I know it sounds kind of weird. Again, nothing to learn here, just kind of a comparison for those of you that do talk the language of money, but otherwise nothing to physically learn from this particular slide here other than just this cute little thing I put together, which you can say is pointless, you can say it's fun, doesn't make a difference. But focus on those models I've kind of shown you, not only those, but I'm going to actually show you a lot of how to find the right model and what's popular. So we're going to go through that. But I just wanted you to kind of understand the popularity model from a learning standpoint. And now I'm going to cover the breakdown by showing you specifically how to tell what popular models are by actually doing a search with you live.